back. That's how quick it goes. See if it lets me in. See if it lets me in. I'm gonna see if it lets me in. Hey, 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 won't you let me in? Hagerstown Turnpike. Hagerstown Turnpike, let me in. All right, here we go. Historical battle. The Hagerstown Turnpike is ultimately the main defensive line for Robert E. Lee, facing east. His back to the west and the Potomac River. He had swung his army out, of course, his right wing out a little bit. We'll do some history here in a second. I bet I can spectate now. Oh, yeah. So let's do some history. We are at Antietam National Battlefield. This is the Hagerstown Turnpike. It's going to lead from Sharpsburg down in that direction to, you guessed it, Hagerstown up in that direction. What you're seeing ahead of you there, that is the Miller Farm. Out to the right of that is the historic Miller Cornfield. Now it's dark, it's early in the morning here. Historically accurate, this battle started at first light. You can see the famous Hagerstown Turnpike. These men would fight directly across this. Actually, what ended up happening was the Iron Brigade came down the Hagerstown Turnpike, 2 brigades on one side of the road, 2 brigades on the other. They got mixed up back here with some of Patrick's men and got in behind the Confederates. And as the Confederates came out under Stark's brigade came out of these woods to attack these Union that had gotten out of the cornfield, 6th Wisconsin coming down through here. They tried to flank them and got flanked. Ooh, look at all those boys. That's about how it happened in real life right there. We'll do that history part again. They just reset the map here. And so the Confederates coming out of the West Woods over here under Stark, trying to flank the Union that had just come through the cornfield, 6th Wisconsin among them. The flankers got flanked. Stark's men here on the fence line shooting into the Wisconsin had Patrick on his backside with a couple regiments from the Iron Brigade, and they made mincemeat out of those Confederates. The famous photos that you see of the men laying by the fence line, that is from this spot on the battlefield. So they picked a beautiful part of the day. We start the match at 40 minutes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the beauty of this game, War of Rights. And if you are a reenactor, or maybe even just a wannabe reenactor, you don't have the money to reenact, or you're not in a position in the world to do so, you don't have to have a European address, but if you do, it benefits you because there are a lot of European players in this community, the United European Community, or UEC. Now, we have a lot of North Americans in here as well. Everybody's welcome, of course. These guys would love to talk to you. If you're interested in joining one of these fine groups and fighting in these Saturday events, hop on my Discord. Most of these guys are there. They'd love to talk to you. So, hollowed ground. Later in the day, Sedgwick's men of the 2nd Corps under Sumner would come straight across this epicenter, and they would smash into the West Woods, and of course they would be smashed, and they would ultimately retreat back up north to the North Woods. Off in the distance, you can see those there through the foggy mist. And it was a foggy, misty morning that day. This is very realistic. Of course, by this time, a lot of the fighting had already occurred. I'd say this is probably, I don't know, 7:30, 8:30 in the morning. By then, the 2nd Corps was ready to push out of the West Woods. So, pretty intense fighting. It's about the right spot. I guess this would be about the right time. I put this a little bit earlier than that, but I don't know what the exact time of day is, so it's hard for me to say. But man, what a beautiful shot with that sun, that low light. So historically, how these guys will approach this battle, the Union will come and try to obtain this high ground. And they will try to push a gun to that spot. They're already working on it. You can see 51st New York. 8th Mass working that gun together. They're going to try to get it up on the hill. Confederates will attack this hill, typically through the woods, but oftentimes in recent history, straight up this path right here in the middle. So we'll see how they do it. And we'll go with the Union as they attack this position. Thank you for being here. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the fun. Now, this is the 84th New York right there, for sure. The 14th Brooklyn. Yeah, 14th Brooklyn, 84th New York. They were under Phelps, I believe. 6th Wisconsin, famous. They were part of the Iron Brigade. Rufus Dawes was part of these guys. Historically accurate for this part of the battlefield. 1st Louisiana Zouaves and the 9th Louisiana, again, historically accurate. Historically accurate for this time. So this is a great map for this. These are definitely Stark's men. All right, let's go back over there. To the Union, that means you're going to see the black hats. These boys were famous for wearing the Arty hat. This is a dress cap for the Army, but they wore it into battle. Had recently been dubbed the Iron Brigade, said those boys are made of iron, did Joseph Hooker at South Mountain, attacking uphill to gain the position. And they would not be fighting uphill here at Antietam. It'd definitely be an uphill battle. They were going straight down the Hagerstown Turnpike against the full force of Robert Lee's army. And we'll go with them as they approach the high ground. We'll see if they can beat the Confederates to it. I love the marching. And again, any of you that want to use these shots for any of your cinematic videos, feel free. We all grow together. The more people we get playing this game, the better off it is for everybody. What a beautiful shot. And all quiet so far. The Union with a tentative position. Confederates already back here. Alabama, German Legion. It's the summer, so they're not very large today. Probably nobody's here. You can see the Confederates already getting up to the spot. They know where the Union's going to be. 8th Florida Fritz, marching like men. March like gentlemen, you die like men. That's what Captain Carroll always says. Oh boy, look at that shot right there. Beautiful, boys. They want to sneak up on these Yankees here.
Yep. We have friendlies on the right now. In our fronts.
Jumbo should be putting behind those bushes.
And the Union has arrived. And here they come with the bayonet. You heard Hogg say, get the bayonet out. You're going to need it. Union pouring through the woods. And through the smoke and confusion. The Iron Brigade pouring in. Historic Iron Brigade, of course. We got more Confederates coming to the position, coming to the aid. Colquitt's Brigade showing up. 3rd South Carolina. And what's left of the German Corps starting to bleed away. Lieutenant Mighty, 11th Texas. Love to see that. Oh, missed with the first one. Oh, and don't let him shoot, stab your Mighty. Oh! Oh, man. Corporal Ginja's like, where are all my friends? They're dead. They are all dead. And so the first attack on the high ground, kind of a stalemate there. Still got Confederates on the back. Still have Union on the hill. 20th New York, Weber trying to get his guys pulled back together. See a large Union trying to flank around this time. That spreads the Confederates out. A good ploy. If it works, it kind of keeps the Confederates from piling up on that one spot. You can see we got a couple sections of rocks. Frank out here with the 2nd Cav. Confederates obviously defending that position against the gate here. We've got 18th North Carolina along with Slaughter in the 56th Virginia. So both armies spread out pretty evenly here. Of course, these snipers from the 8th Alabama keeping those Union from the top of the hill. Union now going to push down the pike, just like the 6th Wisconsin did on that day, September 17th, 1862. It's going to be Venom and the Serpents. They're going to sneak up on these Confederates. Do they see them coming? And this is historically accurate. These men did fire each other from this close of a distance that day. What a bloodbath. And of course, the Confederates may have had this kind of success that day, except Patrick came up from behind and spoiled Stark's party, and Stark himself would be mortally wounded in the exchange. He'd be one of 6 generals that would die or be mortally wounded at the Battle of Antietam. 3 for the Confederates, 3 for the Union. And about 1 each on each sector of the battlefield, which is pretty incredible. See Hogg trying to rally his soldiers, trying to find them. He's got 3rd Alabama up in this area now. His guys were already wiped. So the Confederates still holding a lot of men over here on the Confederate right, and that's going to give the Union the ability to take the hill, but now they still got a lot of Confederates over here too. 8th Florida, 20th Georgia. Ooh, this is a combo that the Yankees don't want to see play together. 2 strong units. We got more Confederates pouring into the hill. That's the 4th New Jersey, the Devils. They're going to pour right into the German Corps. And now more reinforcements for the Confederates. 3rd Alabama. And the CSA going to make quick work of the high ground here. They've got it. Were the Union able to even get the gun this far up? I haven't seen it. There's the... It looks like they're shooting it from back there. I was going to say they got some ammo up here. That was about it. Ammo's a lot lighter than a 1,200-pound gun, I can tell you that. And the Confederates, like ants on the hill here, in complete control of the high ground. This does not bode well for the Union. 32 minutes left in the match. And the point of contention is bleeding away from decay. No Confederates in the location. And these Union, they're going to cause a distraction out here, but I doubt they're going to be able to do much more than that. and they are taking men away from the valuable point of contention. So I'm sure they're just right now, it's a race for tickets to see who can outlast the other. Right now, the Union having a slight advantage in that aspect of the game. You can see the blue line just a little bit bigger than the red line at this moment. 31 minutes left in the match.
Make sure we got our loads.
If you get on your knees, then don't know that we are here. Then they push up with everyone. On your knees, on your knees.
Alright, we're gonna let that other line group up. They're gonna take let that line pick
I'm down, I'm down.
Sehr schön gemacht, Jungs.
Super schön.
How you doing?
This is phone. Ready? Look at our face. Buckle left march.
Double quick.
Fire back up when you come here. Ready?
And whatever the Union's doing, it's working. You hear the huzzah. 27 minutes left, and now the Confederates are engaged. So well done by the Union, slowly and methodically taking back this high ground, kind of pushing the Confederates off this position. So interesting to watch. Nothing, not a lot of crazy charges, but, well, I say that.
Nein, wir müssen noch weg. Ja, dann schiebt man mich.
Dann rennen wir hier raus aufs Feld. Wisst ihr ja. Oder gehen wir wieder an den Zaun?
Ja, am Ende des Sounds.
Bin ich nicht mehr drin.
Ja, Wolfgang, nicht wieder Frage.
Ich muss da stehen, weil ansonsten bin ich...
Okay.
Ja, Captain noch kurz...
Wollen wir denn wirklich ein Ticket tun?
Ja!
Wir gehen gleich runter, oder?
Thank you.
Rest of our team should be able to take the point.
Kimo, go to the front over the hill and tell me exact details.
Over the hills and
Friendlies are...
Somebody take a flank.
Friendlies are targeting the...
Hello, Freund Berlin. Welcome back to the channel.
Yeah.
We're hanging out with the UEC once again. And now we've got a Confederate push to the point of contention. You see the Union under Frank trying to take that thing away. Sacrificing a lot of men to do it. The Confederates just slamming the door on that idea very quickly. 24 minutes left in the match, and the Union does have a slight victory, but the Confederates are now trying to crawl back. And here we go. Union still slightly ahead of the Confederates. But of course, the attacker with more tickets means the Confederates are doing their fair share of damage to this Union army. You see, they take the point of contention.
Da steht noch einer. Die stehen da in der fetten Linie.
Ja, ja. Low-Canister? Oder habt ihr schon geladen? Ich hab eine Stelle dabei. Ja, dann gleich, dann aber irgendwas ist geladen.
Ja dann. Warte, ich mach schon.
Auf der Steine?
That's the second time today that I've seen Confederates just walk right by a Union. No, those are Confederates up here. All right, looks like our boy was shooting his own guys in the back. Or maybe he was shooting at these New Yorkers. Frank not letting them take that spot back so easily. They've come right back to the same location.
Nach dem Treffer aus.
Das ist ein Bug. Der Linie stehen, damit ich Information brauche.
Ja, das ist komisch. Kannst du weiter
Zurück, wir sind alleine.
Nee, das meinst du nicht. Vorne liegt
voll raus hier, raus hier, raus hier.
And Frank giving the command to fall back. 21 minutes left. Union still doing good. He saw the Confederates coming out to wipe them again. Heads up play by Frank, as Slaughter and Todd are both coming out here to engage those Union. They want to take that point of contention back. See, we still have Confederates back in the woods. And you can see it looks like the Confederates are trying to blast the Union up here on the hill in the woods. First Cav.
Left, mate.
51st New York coming through.
Right. And with me. Sorry.
Ready.
And
Hey, right
far back company. Ready. Hey.
Hey,
Take it. Take it down.
See how long it is before they draw the attention of the Confederates? Looks like they've already got some looking this way.
Right thread. Tap below.
hey.
Rubber hair read.
Got it.
Got it again.
God again.
Oh, you hear that? That means they're being charged. They'll come straight past the camera. Massive volley to start. Good old volley and charge, and here they come. And the Confederates coming through with a massive force. German Corps trying to hang on back here. Flood of Confederates coming this way. And you can see, oh yeah, large mass of men. So the Confederates falling back into the woods, not trying to waste a lot of tickets there. Large mass on the right side. That's Colquitt's, along with 18th North Carolina's up here. Also manning a gun. Shooting into the rocks. Hard business shooting into the rocks. A lot of ricochets. Don't see too much blood out here. And the Confederates have a large presence in the woods. This is historically accurate. Confederate position was the West Woods. But not really coming out. You can see these men marching in battle. Love it. Colonel Weber got the men marching like gentlemen, dying like men. And they want to put some pressure on that point of contention. You hear it, the huzzah. Confederates are now taking losses, and the Union still half engaged. So Union really doing a great job today with the musket. They are definitely having an impact. And you can see they are taking the point of contention now with 16:50 left in the match. They're going to put these Confederates on their heels. They don't want to let them back up. Confederates, a lot of guys in the woods, and they're coming this way. Here they are already on the flank. 20th Georgia. A little bit of stick and move. Canada's going to back him off. He had the greater force, but there's no way to tell that when you're attacking through smoke. And you can see now more Union pouring in. Heads up play by Canada, trying to save as many men as he could as the Union just swarmed the location. Shows what I know. But the Confederates at the point, not giving up so easily. 18 North Carolina, Lamel Todd fighting back the whole Union Army at the point of contention. You can see 52nd New York standing there. It's a face-off. We got more Union down the road. These men are going to be hard-pressed, giving their lives for that blue line to bleed away. You see Todd on a knee, using the pistol. His men are melting away, but that red line is growing, and that's what he wants. So the Confederates pushing across the field now, trying to hit the Union on the slope of the hill, not coming over it, taking away their cover. And here they are. A massive volley, followed with the bayonet. And the Union had no chance there. Flagman couldn't even get away. But they are coming back now. They know they've been exposed. And the Union are going to come back and defend that spot. Well done, Colonel Weber. These guys are really playing well together, and it shows. 3rd Alabama making mincemeat out of the guys up on the hill. They got a lot of USA coming this way. Led by Weber in the 20th New York, 22nd Virginia. James Joker here as well. There's Lost German Soul. And Weber got his dander up. He ain't stopping. They're going to push him all the way to the West Woods. 14 minutes left. Union with a slight advantage in this one, as Frank and the boys are going to push right back up to that familiar position. They haven't been bombed here yet. This is usually A1 prime territory for getting turned into Yankee Jam. Hadn't seen that yet. So we'll see if their luck holds as they once again try to take away the point of contention from the Confederates. They're about to enter taking losses themselves. And he knows he's got to get whatever advantage he can. Again, this is historically accurate to this part of the battlefield. Enjoy. Well, you saw a little bit of that Yankee Jam there. He did his job. He got the blue line around. They didn't quite take it, though, did they? Too many Confederates here. I think they might have thought they had it in the bag. But, man, that thing is bleeding away fast. Confederates in the area. Lamel Todd, 18th North Carolina, along with the 14th Louisiana. 14th Louisiana would have been across the field with Hayes. More over to the right, historically. And the Confederates are going to come out of the woods again. Here we go. 8th Florida. You hear Fritz telling them, forward to the south. And they'll hit the flankers. See some friendly fire there. Both sides now taking losses. Confederates taking the point back, but they are down half a bar to the Union. 11:44 left to go. Can the Confederates pull out another stunning comeback? It would be the second for the weekend. The first match, they were down and out and brought it back to a draw. No draw in this one. It's win or lose. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Historically, the Union were able to secure this part of the battlefield. Let's see if they can do it here.
I've died. We can survive this. We can survive this. Come on, boys. Give me check. Give me check.
You hear that brave lad giving his last breath to tell his men to fall back. 3rd Alabama. Ooh, under a heavy fire. You saw Williamson going down. Are they firing into their own men? I don't think so. They're firing down the road. That is Yankee lead coming this way. Courtesy of Captain Frank, as well as the 1st Virginia Cav. So the Confederates kind of in a pickle. They do have the point of contention, but the Union have a massive morale advantage on them right now. So they're going to have to kind of wait for the Union to attack them and kill as many of them as they can, although they are in somewhat exposed positions having to protect that point of contention. 10 minutes left in the match. I hope you're enjoying it.
Wie viel ist das hier?
6, passt.
Seht ihr die Artillerie?
Zeit machen, Punkte zu
Wartet fix Bennett.
Company, left face.
Left face.
Yeah, they're in a dangerous spot right here, but you know what they're trying to do. They're trying to take that point of contention away, and they have the advantage. They can kind of withstand this. 5 minutes left. And we'll see how fast the blue line goes. Confederates are about to be breaking. The Union want to take it right now. Oh my God, they have a chance, but the Confederates are pouring in to the spot. They know they've got to hold it. It could end right here, right now. 8th Florida coming in to take the spot away from the Union, along with the 3rd Alabama, 51st New York, 52nd New York, trying to hang on, trying to win this match. If that blue line gets all the way around, they will have done it. Dominance by the Union this weekend, although both sides fighting very, very well, very close battles, but the Union seeming dominant because they are just so much improved over the course of the last few weeks. But you can see now the Confederate fire just too irresistible, too much for the Union to handle. And now the Confederates are going to try to take this point back. They want to win this match, and they're certainly not out of it. With 4.5 minutes left, the Union's about to be breaking themselves. And here they come again with the counterattack. It's the Irish. And the Confederates able to hold. And any moment now, the Union's going to go to breaking. This thing is very interesting. Excellent matches, both of them this weekend. If you missed the first one, go back. You can watch it over here on Twitch. You can watch it on YouTube. Later in the week, I will be uploading the high-resolution version of this thing. So look out for that thing. Takes a long time. It took me 13 hours to upload the last one. And it wasn't even 4K. It was just looked better. But the game deserves it. These developers have gone out of their way to make a beautiful game. We got to portray it the best way we can. Now, historically, when Stark got in this position, Patrick showed up right back over there and loaded these Confederates up with Yankee lead, and it led to that famous photo that we've seen many, many times of the dead at the fence at Antietam. That happened right here again at the Hagerstown Turnpike. And the Confederates want to keep the Yankees away from that point of contention as much as they can. Boy, look at this. Historic accuracy, 100%. This looks just like reality when the 6th Wisconsin came out of the corn and turned toward the Hagerstown Turnpike to take on these Louisiana Tigers before they were shot in the back by Patrick and his men. If you love history, this is the game for you, man. And there it is. The Union is now breaking. Confederates chipping away at that Union lead. 2 minutes left, but the Union is not done with them yet. Here comes Parker toward the point of contention. And we'll see if the Union can do it. Less than 2 minutes left. And they're going to lose a lot of men trying to cap this point. More Union flooding into the area. Well, the Yankees have pushed them, but the Confederates still taking the point of contention. That means they still got guys here. Oh, yeah. Colquitt's brigade coming in. Can they dislodge the Union? 1 minute left to go in this one in regulation. Here come the Black Hats. And the Union doing their best to take this thing. Less than a minute to go. Who's it gonna be? Chaos at the point of contention. It's all or nothing now as everyone floods in to the point of contention. Will it go to overtime? Yes, it does. Overtime. But they're going to call it a Confederate victory. Wow. Well, that's 1 for 1 for the weekend. You can't ask for anything better than that. Well done, CSA in this one. Well done, Union in the first one. What a great weekend. Thank you once again for having me here. If you like that, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Until next time, my name is Jehovah, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Following their successful push southward from the cornfield, Union forces looked to secure Hagerstown Turnpike as well, while they continued towards Dunker Church. Facing them were 2 Confederate brigades under Generals Stark and Taliaferro, the former of which included the fierce Louisiana Tigers.
Look at that red and blue line of
Union's Iron Brigade
whoop,
would
whoop,
bash against their
whoop,
savage
back and forth,
defense
back and
before
forth,
the
back
rebels
and
were
forth,
forced
back
to
and forth,
retreat
back
back
and
to the
forth.
West Woods to their
Awesome.
southwest.
All right, everybody.
However, unbeknownst to the Federal
That is the
troops,
show for the weekend. I
even
hope you
more
liked it.
Confederate forces
Make
were
sure to
waiting
subscribe.
under the
Tell your
shallow
friends to come back.
valleys
We'll
of the
be
West
back
Woods.
next weekend.
The
I'm going to try to
hungry and
stream
tired
some other
Texans,
games too,
Georgians,
guys. I got
and
some other
South
games on
Carolinians
tap,
of
so
Wolford's brigade,
I'll catch you later.
who had set up some
Oh, you know
breakfast
what?
fires in the hope
Let's
of a
raid
quick
somebody
meal
if we can.
before battle,
Here.
were instead roused by the orders of their officers back into their battle lines. Soon,
Looks like
they would
Lost
march
German
northward
Soul.
to the sounds of gunfire
Gonna
and
get the
screaming
raid?
carnage on the other side of the chilly
Thank you guys for
shaded
hanging
tree
around.
line.
I'll catch you next
Back
time.
towards a lonely cornfield that still had more death in store for its tilled ground.